It was in early 1978 that the local Miami media began focusing in on activities of the Coptic Church.
At one time, we were invited by the Coptics to come to their house, to see them as they lived. And I think for them that may have backfired, because what we saw were the kids in the house also smoking these big spliffs of marijuana, and it was stunning. That was a turning point for public perception about the Zion Coptics.
They would see children around the herb, and which wasn't right, and scorned us for that.
A civil action for public nuisance was brought against the Coptics rather than a criminal charge for possession of marijuana. The state attorney's office had in fact offered to drop all charges if the Coptics would move out of Star Island to some place where they were less conspicuous. The Coptics flatly refused. Instead, they hired the best and most expensive lawyers in town.
The Miami Beach Zoning Department is investigating the Coptics, so is the Miami Beach Police Department. So is the Dade County State Attorney, the Department of Health and Rehabilitative Services, the Florida Department of Criminal Law Enforcement, the Coast Guard, Customs, DEA, the IRS, and perhaps the FBI. It is quite likely there are now more agencies investigating the Coptics than are investigating reputed underworld financier Meyer Lansky, who was previously Miami Beach's most notorious resident.
The United States government, they didn't know what to do. They already said we were a church within the meaning of the First Amendment. The ganja was essential to our church. So I really don't think that they knew what to do. So I think they just stalled. And finally, I think it was politics motivated and said, you know, these people can't continue to flaunt the law.
They got too public, they got too brazen, they lost control of what they were doing. And I think that's where it went to pot. They said, we got to stop this, let's come down on. That's when the feds came in and started arresting people.